We invest $2,000 at the end of each of the next 5 years. The current balance is 0. The rate is 10%. What is the future value of this investment at the end of year 5? So here we need to determine the future value of multiple cash flows, and the future value of multiple cash flows is simply the sum of the future value of each cash flow. So before we start estimating our future values, we need to draw the timeline just so that we know where each cash flow falls on the timeline, and also where is the end point at which we are trying to determine the future value. So we can draw the timeline as this. Okay, so we have time 0, which is today, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5. Okay, the problem is telling us that the current balance is 0, so there's no money in our account, and we are investing $2,000 at the end of each of the next 5 years. So at the end of year 1, we are investing $2,000, year 2, $2,000, year 3, $2,000, year 4, $2,000, and then year 5, $2,000. And we're trying to know what is the future value of this investment at the end of year 5. So here, at the end of year 5 is the point at which we're going to try to determine the total future value. So here, let's start with the cash flow at the end of year 5, which was deposited at the end of year 5. That $2,000 that is deposited at the end of year 5 doesn't really have time to grow, because we're trying to determine the value in our account at the end of year 5. So the future value for that $2,000 is gonna simply be the $2,000 because it has no time to grow. So here, FV is simply 2,000. Then we go to the cash flow, to the $2,000 deposited at the end of year 4. That $2,000 has 1 year to grow. So we calculate the future value as 2,000 times 1 plus R, which is the interest rate. The interest rate in this case is 10%, and we input it as 0.1. So plus 0.1. to the power of 1, because this investment has only 1 year to grow. This $2,000 has only 1 year to grow. This gives us a future value of 2,200. Next, we try to determine the future value of the $2,000 that is deposited at the end of year 3. This $2,000 has 2 years to grow, so 1 and 2. So it would be 2,000 times 1 plus 0.1, the interest rate, to the power 2, which gives a future value of 2,420. Next, we go to the $2,000 that was deposited at the end of year 2, and this one has 1, 2, 3 years to grow. So it would be 2,000 times 1 plus 0.1 to the power 3, future value of 2,662. Next, we go to the $2,000 that was deposited at the end of year 1, and this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 years to grow, and so this would be 2,000 times 1 plus 0.1 to the power 4, which gives a future value of 2,928.2. Now we have the future values of all of our cash flows. All we need to do is sum them up. So 2,000 plus 2,200 plus 2,420 plus 2,662 plus 2,928.2. This gives us a future value of $12,210.20. So this investment has a value of $12,210.20 at the end of year 5.